and then we'll dive into what's been happening with them since.
Yeah, well, thank you for covering this very important topic. Vice President Pence, in that speech, called for China to respond to the United States with fairness, reciprocity, and respect for our sovereignty. And Confucius Institutes are a perfect example of how China has not done that. Confucius Institutes are Chinese government funded centers that are on American college campuses, as well as other college campuses around the world. These are basically little nodes of the Chinese government on campus, teaching Chinese Communist Party approved propaganda packaged in curriculum, using teachers that are vetted and selected by the Chinese government and paid by the Chinese government, and using materials that are being sent over by the Chinese government. So they are little nodes of influence from the Chinese Communist Party, and they are basically infecting American higher education and putting a quash on academic freedom and challenging the integrity of our schools.
So, if I recall, something to the tune of 100 of these were established across all sorts of universities. And then, frankly, I also remember there were these Confucius classrooms in I guess, in high schools and possibly grade schools as well. Can you tell me, at the height of this, what are we looking at here? How much influence?
A lot. At the height, there were 110 Confucius Institutes just in the United States. There were more than 1,000 across the world, and 500 Confucius classrooms at the K-12 level, mostly at high schools, but also at elementary schools, which is really alarming when you think of Chinese Communist Party selected teachers going into elementary schools and teaching our school-age children. So more than 100 Confucius Institutes. That number is going down now that Confucius Institutes have come to the forefront. They're facing a backlash. We've really woken up as a society to the risks that China is posing and that Confucius Institutes in particular pose. Right now, there are 75 Confucius Institutes in operation in the United States. And all told, since they launched in 2005 at the University of Maryland, 45 Confucius Institutes have closed in the US, which is really a victory that I'm very happy to celebrate.